Hey there guys, it's Tina and I'm back and it is time for another foundation review. So you guys had mentioned that you wanted me to do a wear test for this foundation that I recently hauled. It is the Clinique Even Better Clinical Serum Foundation. It's broad spectrum SPF 25 by the way. And this is a newer release to the Clinique lineup. And I wanted to try it out because I saw it in store. Really, I was checking out the shade range. I wanted to see what it looked like. And the shade range is not the best, let's be honest. There are no real deep, rich shades. There are quite a few medium and tan shades and deeper tan shades, but there are no real true rich shades. So I was skeptical. I was like, oh, here we go. But I do like Clinique's foundations. I do like their formulations. And this one is actually touting skincare benefits because it is a serum foundation and it has hyaluronic acid. It also has salicylic acid, which my skin loves and helps my pores stay clear. Absolutely love that. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and test this out. So I grabbed the shade WN100. That is what we're gonna be testing out today. I'm gonna do a wear test for you guys. I also have the concealer here. This is the Even Better All Over Concealer. So we're gonna test this as well, just under my eyes. And I'm gonna do the wear test in this video with you guys, but I have been wearing the foundation and the concealer off camera. I've tested it out before for a few days just to get a feel for it before I actually did the wear test here, because I don't just want to do a first impression, you know, I wanna actually try this out. And you're gonna hear what I think later on in the video. And I also have their Stay Matte Sheer Press Powder. I picked this up too because it was just in the little kiosk and I was like, all right, let me try this out. This is not in the Even Better lineup, but I figured, hey, I have oily skin, it's a sheer matte powder, let's try it out. So I'm testing out all these three products in the video today, and we're gonna jump into the wear test, and then I will read through the product description and the claims after that, because I don't want to go in knowing what to expect. I want to give you my thoughts based on application and wear time, and then read the claims and see if it meets the claims that they're putting out there, right? So we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But before we get into the wear test, let me just show you the packaging, because that is something that I do like to talk about. We'll talk about sizing and pricing a little bit later as well. So I'll just show you the packaging and then jump ahead. So the packaging. Does this remind you of anything? Look, oh my god, what does this remind you of? And don't tell me the rude thing, because I know what y'all are thinking. I don't want to hear it, okay? The first thought that popped in my head is Coneheads. Did you guys watch Coneheads? Do you remember that? That was such a fun movie. It reminds me of Coneheads. That's how the head was shaped, right? That is so cute. It also reminds me of the little mushroom guy in Mario Brothers. Isn't it cute? The little, you know, the little mushroom guy. That is what I see. I know what you guys are seeing, but I think it's cute. It's a white cap glass bottle and it has a label on the bottom and all that. And of course the cap pops off and we have a pump. I think the packaging is cute. It's just, it's so cute, but it's still Clinique because it's very basic, very like sterile. It doesn't have the frills at all. I like it. And then the concealer, similar packaging with the white cap, and we have a doe foot applicator for this guy. And what I realized in testing this is that the cap pops off and you have a little sponge applicator that you can use to blend out your concealer. I personally am not gonna use that, but in a pinch you can use it. And then the formulation actually has antibacterial properties, so you don't have to necessarily worry about contaminating your product from re-dipping the doe foot applicator and then using this little guy. You'll just have to worry about this getting gunky and funky. So, you know, use at your discretion. It's up to you what you want to do. But I think the packaging is really cute. For the Sheer Press Powder, it's just a plain compact with a silver cap. You can see the color at the bottom, and then inside you have a mirror and the powder. It also comes with a puff that is dirty right now from me touching up. But yeah, it's very sleek though. It isn't as bulky as some other powders that has like a separate compartment for the sponge applicator. But at the same time, you're gonna keep the sponge in here, so I would keep the little plastic insert to separate the sponge from the product. But sleek, clean, easy, breezy. It's not CoverGirl, it's Clinique. Anyway, let's go ahead now and jump into the demonstration. And like I said, we'll round up with the product information, the claims, and then my thoughts. So let's go ahead and get into the application and then the wear test. Alright guys, so we're starting off with a clean, well, it's not freshly washed, but it's clean skin. I don't even have moisturizer on because I want to apply this foundation to bare skin. So I'll show you my skin up close so you can see what we're dealing with. I have darkness under my eyes. Concealer is gonna go there. I have a little bit of hyperpigmentation around my mouth. Did you know that toothpaste can cause that? So it's recommended that you brush your teeth before like you wash your face with any like exfoliating wash, because the toothpaste can cause sensitivity and therefore hyperpigmentation. I just learned that. That's a good tip. Do I brush my teeth? I'm gonna have to change my habits. Anyway, here's a little bit of hyperpigmentation. I have some dark spots from some recent breakouts, but overall, I mean, my skin is pretty decent. I don't really have any problem areas. I do have some fine lines around my eyes because of age, you know, and then I have enlarged pores around my T-zone, specifically right next to my nose in this area and on my actual nose, because I have combination oily skin, but it's mainly oily. Some areas are normal, but it's mainly oily. So here you have a look at my skin up close. And we're gonna go ahead and apply this foundation and see how it goes. So the shade that I picked up is WN100, and that shade name is Deep Honey, and then there's a M in parentheses which stands for medium, and this shade is described as medium for warm neutral undertones. So we're gonna go in with this shade. It looks to be a pretty good match, even though it might veer a little bit more golden than my skin really is. So I'm just gonna do, let's see how many pumps. One full pump. And then on one side, I'm gonna go in with my brush. This is from Anissa Beauty. It's their Pinnacle Foundation brush. And then on the other side, I'll go in with my sponge, which is from Ofra Cosmetics. This is their Puffy Blender, I believe it's called. So here are the two sides that we're gonna do. Alright, so I'll start out with the brush first. Maybe let's zoom in and see a little close-up action. Alright, hey! So I'll apply the one pump on this side with the brush. Okay, a little bit is going a long way. I did not need all of that. And this is a clean brush, so there's no other product on this. Alright, now, what I'm getting from this is almost like a medium, almost full coverage foundation. Like, look at that. It is gliding on pretty well. It's a thicker liquid, so it's like a thick creamy liquid rather than a runny liquid, which, you know, I can take either one as long as I get the coverage. And it's giving me a really decent medium. Like, this is definite easy medium coverage. I think the match is pretty good as well. I thought it was gonna be a little bit too yellow, but it's actually doing pretty well. What do you guys think? Y'all let me know. Y'all are up close, up in my face with this, so you guys can see up close what I'm doing. This brush is so good. It's so soft and comfortable, and I think it has great angles for getting under the eyes, around the crevices of your face. I really do like this brush a lot. So here you have the brush side, which I think that is beautiful. Ooh, it doesn't feel sticky at all, and I just applied it, so I didn't even give it time to set, and it feels very comfortable. I don't feel anything. All right, let's go in with the sponge. So I'm doing another pump. So that's one pump. Let's go in with the sponge side. I'm just gonna pounce that all over my skin, and I squeezed out the majority of the water from the sponge. But with a sponge, you tend to get a more light coverage. At least that's what my experience is. You get a lighter coverage, a softer finish from a damp sponge. And I think the coverage is still pretty decent with the sponge. Look at that. This is applying really nicely with a sponge. Since I've been doing these foundation reviews, guys, I am almost, not quite converted, but I am almost loving the way a sponge applies foundation now. I am a brush girl when it comes to foundation, but I do like the result with a sponge as well, and I'm seeing that you can get a beautiful result. I still love my brush, but the sponge, ooh, That is pretty as well. It gave a little bit lighter coverage, but it's still a proper medium, I think. What do you guys think? Like, look at that. The coverage is amazing. Oh my god. So I'm gonna finish up with the brush on both sides because I feel like a brush gets into the nooks and crannies. I don't think a sponge necessarily does that. So I'm just gonna blend it out. I'm picking up a little bit more and applying it where I have the hyperpigmentation. We're gonna use the concealer as well, but I'm gonna use the concealer mainly under my eyes because I wanna test all of these products out together. I think coverage, beautiful. The finish is stunning. It's a matte finish to me, but it doesn't look like a flat dry matte. It looks like a skin-like natural matte. I'm just gonna blend that all the way down. Wow. Okay. I am loving the finish, loving the coverage. No, you guys need to see some more. Like, look at this. My skin looks very smooth. It almost blurred my pores a little bit. I didn't use a primer or a pore filler, and it just looks so smooth and silky. Like, come on. That looks really good. Look at my forehead. It's so smooth. Do you guys see that? I have lines in my foreheads, even around my mouth. It looks so good. I really like that, and it covered up my hyperpigmentation. I mean, you can still see a little bit of it peeping through, so this is more medium coverage rather than full, but I feel like it's medium buildable, so you can still kind of share it out, but I don't think you're ever gonna get a light coverage from this because even on the sponge side, which gives more sheer coverage, it's still pretty medium, so loving that. All right, let's go in with the concealer. So I have two shades of this concealer. I have WN 104 Toffee, which is medium for warm neutral undertones, and then I have WN 112 Ginger, which is medium with warm neutral undertones. So it's the same description, medium skin with warm neutral undertones, but you can see the difference in depth from 104 to 112. There's just a slight difference, and I'm going to apply both of them. I'm gonna do the lighter shade, which is 104, right under my eye, right by my tear duct, where the main darkness is. Ooh, child. And then I'm gonna use 112, which is Ginger, out here, where I still have darkness, but I want it to blend in with my skin. And we're gonna use another Anissa Beauty brush. This is the angled concealer brush. And I'm just tapping that on under my eyes and then blending it out. Ooh, the brush, very soft, very comfortable. I really like this brush. I actually picked up a few of them, and that concealer blends out so well. If you let concealer sit on your skin for a little bit, some of the moisture will evaporate and also some will absorb into your skin, and it will leave behind better coverage, so you'll get more of the creamy, thicker consistency than you initially got when you applied it because it's more watery that way. And now I'll just blend it out with a sponge. All right, I really like the coverage. Do you see how it covered up my darkness? But it didn't like cake up under my eyes to give me a blank canvas. It just looks very skin-like, and those shades blended in really well with the foundation. What do you guys think? Let's get up close. It looks very creamy and hydrating. It doesn't look dry at all. And again, decent coverage. I think that's nice as well. I really like these concealers. All right, now I'm gonna go in with the powder. So I have the Stay Matte Sheer Pressed Powder Oil Free in the shade 19 Stay Suede, and this is medium as well. It has a sponge with it, but I'm gonna go in with another Anissa Beauty brush. This is the Tapered Highlight Brush. I'm gonna grab some of that very lightly and tap it under my eyes to set the concealer. I have to set concealer under my eyes or it will crease because I have lines under my eyes, okay? There are lines. I'm not gonna set the side that we did with the brush. I'm gonna set the side with the sponge because this has lighter coverage and it had more moisture from the sponge, so I want to give this foundation a fair chance, so we'll leave the brush side unset and just set this side with the suede shade. I also tried out Honey and Spice. Stay Honey is a little bit too light, and then Stay Spice is a little bit too deep. The Stay Suede shade is my perfect match. So there you have it. The skin is definitely more mattified on this side, but it is not too glowy on this side, so I think that's great. So here you have my skin with the foundation on. I think that looks great. Oh my god. The only thing I think I might do is put on a little bit of bronzer, but I'm not gonna do cheek product highlight or anything because I want to see how the foundation wears throughout the day. So I will see you guys in a bit. Alright guys, so I finished up my makeup look. I did my eyeshadow. You will see a video coming up for that. I also put a bright lipstick on because why not? It's spring, it's summer, you know? It's warming up. And then I have a little bronzer on my temple and hairline area, but that's it. I didn't do blush or highlighter or anything because like I said, I want to see how this foundation performs on its own without the interference of other products. And I had applied this at around 12:15-ish. So my first time check was at 12:25, which is when we finished applying the foundation. And then I went ahead and did everything else. So now it is 1:28. So we are about an hour in with wear time, and I'm just gonna show you quickly up close what this looks like. Nothing has changed. I think it still looks so beautiful. It's warmed up a little bit on my skin, so it looks a little bit more skin-like, a little bit more like slightly glowy because I have oily skin. It's not like a flat matte at all. And now I'm gonna do a check-in in sunlight, and then we'll do the wear test and we will check in a little bit. So right now, like I said, it's 1:28, so we're gonna just round it off to 1:30. So I will see you guys in a bit for the outside check-in to see what this looks like in natural lighting, and then we'll do later check-ins throughout the day. Alright guys, so here's the check-in in natural daylight, and it is now 3 o'clock. So we've had this on for 2.5 hours. I was filming another video and doing all that, and I even ate, and this lipstick is actually holding up. So here it is in natural daylight. I actually think it looks pretty good. It looks like skin. It doesn't look heavy or cakey or anything. Look at my bronzer, child. I do have some texture right here where I have some like pimples under the skin, but other than that, I mean, you can see my pores a little bit, but like no foundation really blanks that out unless I do like a pore filling technique and all that. But I think it looks pretty good. It hasn't oxidized or anything, and I think it's a pretty good shade match. So 3 o'clock check-in. I'm gonna go ahead now, wear it for a few more hours, and then I'll check in with you guys a little bit later. So talk to you soon. All right guys, so I am back for a late day check-in. So it is now 6:58, so almost 7 o'clock, and we've had this on from about 12:15-ish. 12:30, so that means we've had this on for 6.5 hours at least. And can I tell you what I've been doing? I ran errands, I went outside, went to the supermarket, so I had my mask on, no problems. I didn't have transfer. Oh my god, I put my mask in the wash. My lipstick was the only thing that transferred to my mask. I can probably test the transfer for you guys right now on a white washcloth. Hold on. Alright, so white washcloth. I am going to just press it on my skin really quick. And minimal to little transfer. When I was wearing my mask, no transfer. And this is 6.5 hours later. I didn't touch up, and remember, we powdered this side, but not this side. And even my T-zone isn't greasy. Usually at this point in wear for any foundation, I'm like extremely greasy in my T-zone area. Now in my T-zone, I'm a little oily like on my nose, but barely any movement. Oh my god, hold up, I need to inspect this up close. So around my mouth, no, nothing in my smile lines. Like, look at this. Do you guys see here? Usually I'd have settled in somewhere here around my nose. no settling. I mean, I'm greasy, a little greasy, but no settling. It doesn't look like cakey or anything. Look at here. I'm a little shiny, right? But no creasing, nothing? What? The concealer is still in place as well? Excuse me. Excuse me. Pardon, okay? This is fantastic. This foundation is fantastic. All right, should we go ahead and read the claims now? Yes, let's go ahead and do that. All right, so I'm gonna read this from the Sephora website, but also from the back of the box. So it says here, allergy tested, 100% fragrance free. That is a good point to make. I know a lot of people don't like fragrance in their products, so good to hear. The skin perfecting coverage of a foundation with the transforming power of a serum. Okay, so we're talking skincare. Visibly restores skin instantly and over time with good for skin ingredients, which include vitamin C, salicylic acid, hyaluronic acid, and also provides sun protection. So there is SPF in this, and it's SPF 25, and the active ingredients for the sunscreen are titanium dioxide and zinc oxide. And it goes on to say weightless, buildable, full coverage, second skin satin finish. Excuse me, all right, I'm here for it. So let's read from Sephora. It says full coverage, which I would consider this a medium buildable to light full coverage, not like a heavy full coverage like blanking out your skin, but I do think it gives you pretty close to full-on coverage. You guys saw from the application I was saying, hey, this is kind of medium but really good medium, like buildable to full coverage. So I do agree with that. For the finish, Sephora says natural, and here it says a second skin satin finish, which I absolutely agree with. It's not a flat matte finish. It looks very skin-like. Like, look at this. This looks like skin. This is so, okay, I am impressed, okay? I am very impressed. And then the highlighted ingredients, again, hyaluronic acid, which visibly plumps skin with hydration for a youthful, dewy look. A lot of products have hyaluronic acid in them now. Skincare, moisturizers, to your foundations. It also has salicylic acid, which restores skin's visible radiance and texture. Salicylic acid is great for me to keep my pores clean, and it helps with my breakouts, so I love salicylic acid. It also has vitamin C and UP302. UP302 is Clinique's exclusive dark spot fighting molecule, so this is a proprietary ingredient for them. So it says here, vitamin C acts as a versatile brightening superstar, which people always talk about vitamin C brightening the skin, while UP302 targets the look of dark spots and uneven skin tone. I am liking this. I am liking it. So they're also clinical results. Take them with a grain of salt. Clinical results are just whatever testing they did with a panel, and then they came back and said, hey, here are my results. So in 12 weeks, panelists demonstrated significant improvement in the look of bare skin. 73% showed more radiant skin, and 61% showed more even looking skin tone. Now, I don't know what they used to determine radiant skin, like what's more radiant skin and what's more even looking skin tone, and what else were they using? You know what I mean? So again, take that with a grain of salt. So this foundation retails for $42, which is quite pricey. I thought that was a little bit for Clinique. Clinique's foundations don't tend to be very pricey. They tend to be in the $30 range. So this one is a little bit of a higher price point. It contains the usual 1 fluid ounce or 30 milliliters that we see across the board for most liquid foundations, and it is available in 42 shades. Now my specific shade is WN100 Deep Honey, which is right here. I'll pop it up so you guys see where I stand in the foundation range. So there are quite a few shades after me, but they're no real true rich deep tones, which is something that people highlighted when this foundation was originally released. They were like, where are the deep shades? So Clinique needs to do a lot better with this shade range, but there are shades for deep tan skin and dark skin, just not deep rich skin, which is a pity because I find that Clinique's foundation range tends to be pretty good as far as shades go. So I'm disappointed to see that from Clinique, but don't shoot the messenger. I'm just here to test this for you guys. And the recommendation for this is for dry combination to oily skin. Okay, so Overall, what do you guys think? The result, it's very lightweight. It says it's weightless, and I agree with that. I feel nothing. It feels very lightweight. I don't even feel like I'm wearing foundation, which is really, really great. The formulation, like I mentioned during the application, is a thicker liquid. So it's not even like it's a face and body formulation where I expect it to be very lightweight. It just feels good on the skin. It's very comfortable, nothing tightening. Like, it feels very hydrating on my skin, and I have no moisturizer on, so I am loving this for my combination oily skin. If you have oily skin, this might be a foundation you want to try out. I'm just saying. All right, the concealer, I really do like this concealer as well. So for the concealer, let's read what that says since we're doing it all in one. So remember, this is also from the Even Better line. So the concealer retails for $26 and it contains 0.2 fluid ounce or 6 milliliters. Not a lot of product at all, and the intended usage life is 6 months. So be mindful of that. You don't get a ton of product for that price point, which I don't like either. I find that the concealer and the foundation are really high priced for some reason, but hey, who am I, right? So it says here, a lightweight full coverage concealer that perfects and visibly corrects over time. It's infused with antibacterial technology. That is actually good. So as you re-dip, because you know the foundation has a pump, but with the concealer you have a doe foot applicator, so you keep re-dipping. So if it has antibacterial technology, then that means you don't have to worry about contaminating your product. Full coverage, natural finish, agreed again. It has a similar finish to the foundation, and it's meant for dry, normal, combination, and oily skin. I think the concealer is really nice. It applied so well under my eyes. It didn't get cakey. It didn't really settle into lines. I did have to set it, but it didn't get dry or anything, and under my eyes are a little bit drier than the rest of my skin. And I think it looks healthy and fresh, right? So it has vitamin C again, hyaluronic acid, and it even has caffeine in this one. So that's meant to energize skin. I don't know, like applying caffeine topically, what does that do? The hyaluronic acid though and the vitamin C, good to hear. It says this concealer instantly brightens, targets dark circles and dark spots, and blurs imperfections with staying power for up to 12 hours. I'm not about to test that for y'all, but I think the wear time on both the foundation and the concealer, really great. It moisturizes quickly and continuously for up to 24 hours. So after you wash this off your face, apparently the skincare benefits are still gonna be there working, which is good to hear. I don't know how to test that. And smooths fine lines while visibly reducing under eye puffiness all day and over time. I don't have under eye puffiness, so I'm fine with that. For up to 12 hours, color stays true and the formula doesn't streak, crease, or settle. This concealer is also sweat and humidity resistant. That is good to hear. I didn't cry. I didn't get wet. I mean, listen, when I tell you I was doing errands, did I tell you what I was doing? I didn't even finish. So I ran the errands, right? I was out and about, and I am now cooking. I cleaned my bathroom. I was vacuuming. Like, I was cleaning the house, child. So I was cleaning 2 bathrooms, okay? I was doing laundry as well, okay? I have 4 loads of laundry going. I'm vacuuming. So I am putting this foundation through it, okay? It's a full day for me, and I went outside again, and everything, it just looks great. Anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the powder, which is not a part of the Even Better line, but since I used it, let's just mention it quickly. So it's the Stay Matte Sheer Pressed Powder, and it's oil free. So it says here that the Clinique Stay Matte Sheer Pressed Powder has a shine absorbing oil free formula and an ultra sheer texture that gives skin a perfected matte appearance. It's great for oily skin and oily spots because it maintains a fresh look and feel even after frequent touch-ups. So it says here it's a solution for oiliness, for dry combination oily and oily skin, matte finish, sheer coverage. So don't expect a lot of coverage from this. This is gonna be just a mattifying, almost blotting type of powder, and it is oil free, so you're just meant to touch up with this throughout the day, or you can set your makeup with it and go. So let's go ahead and do a little touch up, right? So here is my oily skin. I am gonna grab this on the puff and just press it over my oily areas just to, ooh, see, it's mattifying, but I'm gonna zoom in to see if it's caking up at all, because it's supposed to be lightweight and sheer, so it's not supposed to cake up, but it is really blotting away my oiliness. That is nice. All right now. And it does have a tint to it, so it's not completely transparent or sheer. You're still gonna get some color from it. And here you have it. What do you guys think? Oh my god, that is a beautiful powder. It mattified, but I don't look cakey at all. I can't see the powder on my skin. Well, I see a little bit right there, okay? But as you blend it in, it disappears. Okay now, I am happy with this powder. Do I think it is like the most revolutionary? No, I don't. And this one retails for $31. So again, a pricey product for Clinique. And even though it's nice, I don't think it's like, oh my god, it's the best thing since sliced bread. This contains 0.27 ounce or 7.6 grams. And the intended usage life is not on the packaging. Let's see if it's on the box. It doesn't have one, so I mean, just do with that what you will. And it's made in the USA, and the foundation is made in Canada, and the concealer is also made in Canada. Did I give you the shelf life of the foundation? Does it say? It doesn't say either. I wonder why they don't have a shelf life on the foundation, but they have one on the concealer. Interesting. So overall, I am in love with the foundation. If you can tolerate the price point, I say definitely go ahead, try to get your shade and see how it works if you have oily combination skin. This might be a great one to try out. I do like the concealer as well. The price point, there are other concealers on the market that I think can rival this, so it's not like the ultimate go get it now, but I don't think it's a bad concealer if you wanted to try it out. And with the caffeine and hyaluronic acid, listen, it has skincare in it, so it's probably a good one to try out. And then the powder, I like it. I do like the powder. I am gonna definitely use this for touch-up, but do I think it's a must-have? Not necessarily, unless you can get it on sale. So hopefully my review, my wear test was helpful for you guys in determining if you wanted to try this out. Let me know if you've tried it, if you want to try it. What did you think of the wear test? What did you think of how it looks on my skin? Right now it is almost 7:30, so we've had this on officially for 7 hours. And look, the little touch-up that I did, child, this is great. I definitely give it 2 thumbs up for the foundation. Concealer, great. Powder is so-so. So again, let me know what you think. I will leave details down below on where you can pick this up. It's available anywhere Clinique is sold, of course, but also on the Ulta and Sephora website, which I will leave the links down below. Those links will be affiliate links, which means I will get a small sales commission if you make a purchase through those links. If you're not comfortable with that, just shop the way you normally shop. No muss, no fuss. But if you do shop using my links, thank you so much, because it does help me to put right back into the channel, and I truly appreciate it. So thank you again for showing your support that way. I will also leave links to my Instagram and Twitter where you can follow me along. And if you like the video, feel free to give it a thumbs up, leave a comment, favorite, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And until my next video, which will be very soon, I'll talk to you. Bye guys.